This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invites you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. And I sure wish you could listen to this story with a glass of Petri California port right at your elbow. Petri port. That's the wine that's perfect after dinner when you're just taking things easy. And say, if you've never tried Petri port, if you've never tasted that wonderful, rich red wine, well, this is the week to do it. I'll tell you why. This is National Wine Week. Sort of a celebration we're having to mark the return to good living. Your wine merchant is kind of rolling out the red plush carpet this week, and among other things, he wants to prove to you that you just couldn't ask for a more delicious wine than Petri wine. Why don't you take him up on it? And begin by becoming acquainted with Petri Port. You'll really love it, and so will your guests. And say, you can serve Petri Port proudly, because after all, the name Petri is the proudest name in the history of American wines. That's a fact. Well, here's the patio of Dr. Watson's Northern California bungalow, but where's the doctor?
Here I am, Mr. Bartell, out in the garden.
Okay, I'll be right there. Oh, sitting by the fish pond, huh, Doctor?
Yes, my boy. It's rather pleasant out here for a change. Has it ever occurred to you how stupid the expression of a goldfish is, Mr. Bartell?
Well, I can't say I've ever given it much thought, Doctor. Why?
You see this foolish little fellow here with his silly little mouth opening and closing as though he were constantly astonished?
What is this? I thought you were a fish lover.
Yes, I am. But as I was brooding over tonight's story, that goldfish seemed to be making faces at me as though it was trying to remind me of how my face must have looked on a certain June evening in 1890.
It sounds to me as if you're going to tell a story against yourself, Doctor.
I am, young fellow, my lad.
What happened?
One Sunday morning in 1890, I dropped round to visit my friend in Baker Street. Mrs. Hudson told me that he was out, but suggested that I wait in our old rooms for his return and promised me a pot of strong tea with some buttered scones as an inducement. As I walked into the sitting room, I was astonished to see Holmes standing there, a bag in one hand and a coat in the other.
My dear chap, how are you?
I'm fine, Holmes. I'm surprised to see you, though. Mrs. Hudson told me that you were out.
I have been, Watson, on a case. I just returned by my private entrance for some necessary apparatus.
Oh, can I come with you? My wife's free, you know, but my practice is quite slack at the moment.
Not even my trusty old friend Watson can accompany me on this case. It's a ticklish business. The two nations hangs in the balance. I must work alone. Sorry to leave you like this, old fellow. Goodbye.
Oh, Mrs. Hudson's making me some tea and some buttered scones. Can't you wait and share them with me?
Huh? Good old Watson. You're the one fixed point in a changing age. Empires are tottering, and you talk of tea and buttered scones.
Oh, I'm sorry you must be awful. Goodbye, old fellow.
Oh, don't look so sad, old fellow. When the time is ripe, I'll tell you all about the case, and you can write it up in your memoirs. Goodbye, old boy.
Buttered scones. I haven't got any appetite for them now.
Did you enjoy the scones, Dr. Watson?
Oh, I'm afraid my appetite disappeared when Mr. Holmes left.
It did it? I see you've eaten them all just the same.
What? Oh, yes, so I did.
I've got a surprise for you, Doctor. Inspector Lestrade is downstairs.
Oh, is he?
He came to see Mr. Holmes, but when I told him he was out, the inspector said he'd like to see you.
Oh, he did? Oh, splendid. I'll ask him to come up, please, will you, Mrs. Hudson?
Aye, sir. Will you come up, please, Inspector?
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Can I butter you up a few more scones?
No, thank you. I really couldn't eat.
I'll just go and make some more the same. He'll eat them if I fix them, Doctor.
No, really, thank you. There you are, Lestrade.
Hello, Dr. Watson. Here's a pretty kettle of fish and no mistake.
Huh? What's the trouble?
Well, I want Mr. Holmes' help on a most important case. Where's he gone?
Well, he's out on a very secret matter.
You know where he is, Doctor?
Well, naturally, I know where he is, Lestrade. My old friend never keeps me in the dark. But I'm not at liberty to tell you. Perhaps I could help you a bit. After all, I'm not exactly unfamiliar with my friend's methods.
That's true, but just the same... Oh, well, Doctor, 2 heads are always better than one, even if one is a sheep's head, as my old mother used to say.
Are you suggesting that I'm a sheep's head?
No, I'm not suggesting anything, Doctor. I'm just telling you what my old mother used to say.
I'm really not very interested in what your old mother used to say.
Right.
And now, Lestrade, your problem, please.
Well, it's simple enough, Doctor. A German diplomat, Graf Otto von Eldenstein is his name, is in England on a very secret mission.
Graf Otto von Heldenstein. Yes, I've heard of him. Pray continue.
Well, this von Eldenstein staying at the Manor House at Hampton Wick, not far out of London. This morning, somebody slipped past his guards and threw a bomb into his study. His secretary was killed, and he would have been too, if it hadn't been that he'd left the room a few minutes earlier.
Well, these second-hand investigations are very little use, Lestrade. We must both go down to the Manor House at Hampton Wick and examine the situation on the spot.
All right.
Get out the timetable and look up the next train, will you?
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, I'll go and tell Mrs. Hudson where I'm going.
All right, you are, Doctor.
Here are the scones, but I was just bringing them up to you.
Scones? Well, who can think of scones when an empire is tottering?
Are you sure you're feeling quite well, Doctor?
Of course I am. Now, listen to me, Mrs. Hudson. If Mr. Holmes should return, please tell him that I've gone to Hampton Wick with Inspector Lestrade to investigate the von Heldenstein business.
The von Heldenstein business. Aye, Doctor, I'll tell him that.
Mr. Holmes didn't tell you where he was going, did he?
No, Doctor, he didn't.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Are you sure you don't want the scones, Doctor?
I might as well take them along. I dare say Lestrade could eat them.
Aye, you're the one, Doctor.
Yes, I suppose this is rather exciting. Just the same, I wish I knew what Holmes was doing at this moment.
You are Herr Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, I presume Graf Otto von Heldenstein is expecting me.
Yeah, Herr Holmes. He was so anxious that you would come here to the Manor House.
I left immediately after I got his summons.
He's very weak. He has lost much blood from the injuries he received this morning.
Injuries that no one knows about, eh?
Nein, Herr Holmes. Only I, his old and faithful servant, knows. Follow me, please. I will take you to him.
Franz, is that you, Franz?
Ja, Herr Graf. And with me is Herr Sherlock Holmes.
Oh. Thank heaven you are here, Holmes.
I hope I can be of service to you, sir.
You can. You can be of great service. Sit close to my bed, Holmes. I have not much strength to speak.
I'm listening, Herr Graf.
You must impersonate me.
Yes, so I gathered when I received your message.
I am in England on a most delicate and important mission for the German government. Within a few weeks, your government and mine will conclude a treaty outlining the German and British spheres of interest in Africa.
I see. Obviously, that bomb was thrown this morning by someone who does not wish the treaty to be concluded.
Yeah, exactly, Herr Holmes. That is why you must impersonate me. In 24 hours' time, I shall be well enough to resume my work. In the meanwhile, you can keep the secret of my injuries and also have the opportunity of finding the assassin.
I'm quite prepared to undertake the impersonation, sir, but how can I possibly hope to deceive the members of your personal staff?
With the exception of Franz here and poor Fräulein Ullmeyer, who was killed in the explosion that injured me, my staff is new. They have joined me here from the German consulate in London. They will believe that you are me.
Very well, sir. I'll try it.
I have heard of your skill in the art of disguises, and also it seems to me we are not so unlike each other.
I was about to comment on that fact myself, sir. Yes, I think that moustache and side whiskers will work wonders. If I can make the accent reasonably convincing.
I will coat you, my friend.
Splendid. Help me off with my coat, will you, Franz? Get me towels and a mirror.
Jawohl, Herr Holmes.
And while I'm applying my makeup, Herr Graf, perhaps you will be so good as to give me the complete circumstances regarding this morning's attempt on your life. If I'm to impersonate you successfully, I must have all the facts at my fingertips.
Wunderbar. It is amazing, Herr Holmes. Even I can hardly tell you from my master.
Yes, I think it's the wig that puts the finishing touch to my disguise. How's it look to you, Herr Graf?
Mm-hmm. Colossal. I feel as if I were looking into a mirror.
And my accent, you find it reasonably convincing?
Oh, yeah. Extremely so. Try it once again, Herr Holmes.
Ja, Herr Graf. It gives me the greatest pleasure to do what you ask of me.
Prächtig. Splendid, Herr Holmes. Splendid.
A cab is drawn up at the gate. 2 men are getting out. You can see them from the window here.
Oh, it's the police, possibly, or... Great Scott. It's Watson and Lestrade.
Friends of yours, Herr Holmes?
One of them is my close colleague, and the other is a detective inspector from Scotland Yard.
Oh, you must keep up the deception, even with your friends.
As a matter of fact, my friend's investigations will prove an excellent mask for my own search for the assassin. But, well, this is a delicious situation. I hope they won't recognize me. I am Graf Otto von Heldenstein, gentlemen. You wish to see me?
How do you do, sir? My name is Watson, Dr. Watson, and this is Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard.
How do you do, sir?
Inspector, Dr. Watson, may I ask if I have the great distinction of addressing the Dr. Watson, friend of Sherlock Holmes?
Oh, I'm very flattered that you know me, Herr Graf.
But who does not know the great Dr. Watson? In my country, many people think that you are the real brains of the combination. Tell me, Herr Doctor, is that true?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that, sir.
Of course, you have both come here to investigate what occurred this morning.
Yes, we have, sir.
Please sit down. If you can find any furniture that is unbroken.
Oh, thank you, sir. I must say the place is a bit of a mess. And now, Herr Graf, please tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah. I will tell you everything, Herr Doctor. This morning I was working in here with my secretary, poor Fräulein Ullmeier. I had occasion to go upstairs to my room to get some necessary papers. As I came down the staircase to return here, I heard a scream from Fräulein Ullmeier. A moment later, there was the most frightful explosion. The concussion stunned me. When I came to, my poor secretary was dead.
What people were inside the house at the time of the explosion?
The servants were all at the church. The only people here was my secretary who was killed, my servant Franz. I can vouch for him because he was upstairs when I went for my documents. There were 3 other people in the house, however. Madame Lisa Varona, my hostess, and the owner of this house. A young Englishman from the Home Office. His name is Hilary Adams, and the 3rd person in the house was a member of the German embassy, Colonel Schweiger.
Oh, then it's just a matter of cross-questioning the 3 of them as to their alibis at the time of the explosion. I'll take them one at a time, Lestrade. Ring for that servant fellow. What was his name?
Franz.
Franz, that's the name.
This is a rare privilege to watch a master detective at work.
Yes, Herr Graf. I shouldn't be surprised if my methods teach you quite a bit about the art of detection.
Herr Dr. Watson, this is Colonel Schweiger of the German embassy.
Where were you, Colonel Schweiger, when the explosion occurred this morning?
I was discussing the military tactics of Clausewitz with one of the guards near the front gates.
Yeah, well, what was the name of the guard, sir?
Carter. Mr. Arthur Carter.
Yeah, I'll check on that.
Thank you, Colonel Schweiger. Please ask Madame Lisa Verona to come in with...
Questions, nothing but questions. Leave me alone.
Sorry, madam. All I want to know is where were you when the explosion occurred this morning?
Where was I? In my boudoir, listening to that stupid babblings of the young Englishman, Hilary Adams. Herr Graf, when I offered you my house, I did not know that I would have to put up with the love-making of your staff. Everywhere he followed.
No. Please don't get so excited, Madame Verona.
Questions. Stupid young English puppy is making carp eyes at me. My beautiful house blown to pieces, and all you do is...
Mr. Adams, where were you when the explosion occurred?
In Madame Verona's suite.
You swear to that?
Of course I do. You may ask her.
I've already done so, sir. Thank you, Mr. Adams. Thank you. That's all. You go. Well, Lestrade, did you check on Colonel Schweiger's alibi?
Yes, Doctor. He was telling the truth. He was talking to the Colonel when the explosion happened.
Dear me, Herr Doctor, your examination has not been very successful, has it, sir? Everyone has an alibi.
Yes, but the alibis of Madame Verona and the young Englishman, Hilary Adams, depend on each other's words. They might be lying. When you've been dealing with criminals as long as I have, Herr Graf, you learn to look far deeper than the obvious. Yes, the Lestrade and I shall return to London now and make some inquiries. You will hear from me, sir, before the day is over.
Yes. Well, I'm much obliged to you, Doctor, for a very nice meal. Although we've been talking in circles.
Not entirely. Anyway, I have come to one important decision.
Oh, and what's that, Doctor?
Madame Verona is addicted to the use of drugs. The pupils of her eyes were contracted to pinpoints. It's an invariable indication of drug addiction. Lestrade, you go to Scotland Yard and see what you can find out about her, and I'll go back to my house. You can meet me there later. I wish Mary wasn't away. It's the cook's eye out, confound it. I can't see a thing. I'll strike a match. That's better. Hello? Who's that in the drawing room? Who is it?
Watson! I thought you'd never come.
Holmes, where on earth do you spring from?
Never mind that, old chap. I've come to warn you. Keep out of the von Heldenstein business if you value your life.
Well, how did you know that I was working on the case?
I'm now, but I implore you. Keep out of it. There are dangerous forces at work. Forces that would snuff out your life without a thought. Please believe me, old chap. And do as I... Quick, Watson! Under the dining room!
You'll hear the rest of Dr. Watson's story in just a few seconds. All the time I need to remind you that, what with this being National Wine Week, if you want to take a gift to a young lady, why not take her a bottle of Petri California Muscatel? Petri Muscatel is the kind of wine you'd serve a queen. That Petri Muscatel has the flavor of plump, sun-ripened Muscat grapes, and is it ever good? You couldn't ask for a more delicious after-dinner wine, or a more delicious wine to serve when company comes. Remember, it's Muscatel, but the important thing is, it's Petri. Petri Muscatel. And now back to Dr. Watson and tonight's adventure, the Manor House case. That was a fine place to break off your story, Doctor, I must say.
Mr. Bartell, I thought I'd keep you in as much suspense as possible.
Well, what happened next? Were you Holmes injured when that bomb exploded?
No, my boy. The concussion of the explosion knocked me out for a few minutes. When I came to, Holmes had disappeared.
And I can imagine where he'd gone. Go on, Doctor.
Soon after that, Lestrade arrived on the scene, and after a quick and fruitless examination of the premises, we decided to return once more to the Manor House. And so, an hour later, I was telling my story to the man I still thought to be the Graf Otto von Heldenstein.
This is dreadful, Herr Doctor. The bomb might easily have killed you.
Oh, I was ready for it, sir. Quick thinking and presence of mind are my stock in trade, you know. When I heard the crash, I flung myself under the dining room table.
I'm most distressed that you yourself should be exposed to such danger.
Not at all, Herr Graf. As a matter of fact, I exposed myself deliberately to the attack. It's an old army trick, you know, what we call drawing the enemy's fire.
Come now, Doctor. You don't mean to tell us that you expected to have that bomb chucked through the window at you?
Of course I did, Lestrade. The assassin knew that I was working on the case. He followed me to London and fell into my trap, just as I intended him to, by showing his hand.
Well, I don't see what he's got you, Doctor.
I myself must admit I cannot see that you are any nearer to finding the murderer.
On the contrary, sir, the case is nearly solved.
Well, I don't see how you figure that one out, Doctor.
Elementary, my dear Lestrade, elementary. One of the three people under suspicion followed me to my house tonight. The second bomb was thrown at approximately 7 o'clock. Now, it's only a question of finding which one of the three cannot account for his movements at that time. Then we shall know the murderer.
You want to cross-examine them again, Doctor?
Yes, Lestrade, bring them in, please. One at a time. Colonel Schweiger, where were you at 7 o'clock tonight?
Discussing the military tactics of Clausewitz with Mr. Carter of the Home Office Guards.
Great Scott, that's what you were doing at 11 o'clock this morning, too.
It would take many days of discussion for two students to appreciate all the subtleties of Clausewitz.
Yeah, I'll check on that again, Doctor.
Thank you, Lestrade. And please ask Madame Verona to come in, will you?
Questions, and still more questions. Where was I 7 tonight, you ask me? I was listening to more babblings from that stupid young Englishman. Ask him for yourself.
Mr. Adams, where were you at 7 tonight?
With Madame Verona in her boudoir.
There is a curious sameness about the pattern of life in this house, is there not, Herr Doctor?
Well, I checked on Colonel Schweiger's statement. It was true. He was talking to Carter at 7 o'clock, all right. Well, could the other two account for themselves, Doctor?
Oh, once again, they alibied for each other, but this time I begin to doubt them.
Oh, why do you say that, Herr Doctor?
Oh, I would accept Madame Verona's alibi for young Adams. Obviously, she loathes the boy and wouldn't perjure herself for him. On the other hand, he worships her, and I'm certain that he wouldn't have any scruples about lying to provide an alibi for her.
You've got a point there, Doctor.
Yes, I regard her with great suspicion. Yeah, come in. Yes, Mr. Adams?
Dr. Watson, I've been worrying about Madame Verona. I was afraid you wouldn't believe my alibi for her.
Indeed?
I have another, an unbiased witness who can testify that Madame Verona was in this house at 7 tonight. Come in, Franz.
Jawohl, gnädiger Herr.
Franz, did you see Madame Verona at 7 tonight?
Yeah. I take up 2 glasses of sherry to her. It was a few minutes before 7.
Thank you, Franz. Thank you, Mr. Adams. I appreciate your concern. You may go.
Seems to me we're still traveling in circles, Doctor.
On the contrary, my dear Lestrade, the case is solved.
Indeed. You astonish me, Herr Doctor. Who is the guilty party?
You'll know in a minute, sir. Lestrade, bring the 3 suspects in here, please.
Right, sir.
When they are assembled, I will give you the solution to the mystery. Ladies and gentlemen, the mystery is solved, and I must apologize for any little inconvenience that you've undergone. You, Madame Verona, you, Colonel Schweiger, and you, Mr. Adams, have all unshakable alibis. Therefore, the solution's obvious. As my dear friend Sherlock Holmes has often said, eliminate the impossible, and whatever remains, no matter how improbable, is the truth. Therefore, the only person that could have thrown both bombs is you yourself, Graf Otto von Heldenstein.
Why, George, I believe you're right, Doctor.
What have you got to say for yourself, sir?
That I, too, Herr Doctor, have an unshakable alibi.
Oh, what is it?
I was with you, Herr Doctor, when the second bomb was thrown.
What on earth are you talking about? I was alone, sir.
Oh, come now, old fellow, that's not true.
Holmes.
What?
Holmes, how could you?
Mr. Holmes. Well, strike me.
Don't be angry with me, old chap.
Oh, you made a complete
No,
fool
not
of me,
at all, my
Holmes.
dear fellow, not at all.
I've never
I
seen
suppose
any...
you got the real solution to the case, as usual, Mr. Adams.
Yes, Mr. All, I have.
Well, let's hear it, then. Might as well show me up
Oh,
for the
my dear
acid
Watson,
algae,
stop
huh?
berating yourself. You really handled the case very well. You made only one mistake.
Huh?
May I revise that dictum of mine which you just quoted? Eliminate the possible, and then if nothing remains, some part of the impossible must be possible.
Which part?
Colonel Schweiger's alibi was valid. So was Madame Verona's, since it was corroborated by the trusty Franz. But what does your alibi rest on, Mr. Adams?
Madame Verona's told you I was here at 7.
Yes, but Madame Verona is addicted to the use of drugs. I'm sure that you spotted that fact, Watson.
Yes, matter of fact, I did.
Your mistake, old chap, was in not drawing the correct conclusion. Mr. Adams' alibi depends on the unsupported word of a drug addict. Now, the use of drugs notoriously destroys, first of all, the sense of time. Any trick such as the resetting of clocks could be worked on her without her noticing. Her word on a time alibi is completely valueless.
Then Adams is the man.
Fools, meddlers. Why don't you... No. He's a murderer and a traitor. Well, now that we're back in Baker Street, Watson, I may as well tell you that I had my suspicions of Adams from the first.
Well, you did? Why?
Well, my brother Mycroft had told me that he was suspected of being a traitor at heart. He's been under observation for some years. He was purposely given this assignment as a definite test of his integrity.
Well, I understand it all now, Holmes. It's the same. I did make an ass of myself in front of Lestrade, too.
Don't worry about it, old chap. Please don't worry. You always can correct that impression, you know. Yours will be the last word.
How do you mean?
Well, when you come to write this story in your memoirs, my dear fellow, you can always do a little, what shall we say, re-editing of your own part. Posterity never need know.
Doctor, that was really a swell story.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Sort of made me out of a bit of a fool, though.
Oh, nothing of the kind, Doctor. I agree with Holmes. You did a splendid job.
Oh, you really think I did?
After all, you did line for suspects for him, didn't you?
Well, come to think of it, yes, of course I did.
And you did make the point that Madame Verona was a drug addict.
Yes, by Jove, so I did.
And you did say that Mr. Adams' alibi could be a lie.
By Jove, you're right. I did solve that case for Holmes after all. Mr. Bartell, did anyone ever tell you that you're really a very smart young man? I wish you and I could work on a case together.
We can. Starting tonight.
No. Really?
Sure. In celebration of National Wine Week, I brought you a case of Petri wine. And I suggest we start on it right now with a glass of port.
What a fellow.
What a wine. Petri wine. We know that's really good because the Petri family has been making fine wine since the 1800s. For generations. Ever since they started the Petri business, the Petri family has been turning luscious California grapes into fragrant, delicious wine. And during all that time, they've been handing on down from father to son, all their skill and knowledge and experience. The Petri wine you buy today is the result of all that skill and knowledge and experience. That's why you can't go wrong when you choose a Petri wine, because Petri took time to bring you good wine. And now, Dr. Watson, what's the prescription for next week's story?
Well, now, let me see. Next week, Mr. Bartell, I think I can promise you a most entertaining adventure. It concerns a famous magician, a female spy of unusual beauty, and a man even more brilliant than Holmes himself. His older brother, Mycroft.
Sounds terrific, Doctor. And before we say goodnight to our friends, I want to remind them that our men overseas need the Merchant Marine to bring them back home. The Merchant Marine got them there, and it'll bring them back, if you help. Right now, the Merchant Marine needs experienced mates, engineers, ABs, firemen, oiler water tenders, and chief cooks. If you qualify, write or wire collect at once to Merchant Marine, Washington 25, D.C. Bring the boys home. Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure is written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and was suggested by an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Greek Interpreter. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. This is Harry Bartell saying goodnight for the Petri family. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studios. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
The BBC, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
He ready to part. He raises his hand.
I'm ready, Holmes.
action and danger were a frequent climax to the investigations of Sherlock Holmes. My name is Watson, Dr. Watson, and it was my privilege to share the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. First, let me refresh your memory concerning the case so far, and then I will tell you what happened in the end of the Sign of the Four. Sherlock Holmes and I were upon the track of Jonathan Small, the one-legged ex-convict responsible for the theft of the Ivory treasure, which we were endeavoring to recover on behalf of our charming young client, Miss Mary Morstan. The scent had led us to the River Thames, upon which it seemed the thief and his mysterious accomplice were preparing to escape in the steam launch Aurora. After instructing his young Baker Street irregulars to find where this vessel at present lay, Holmes restlessly awaited the news that would lead to the resumption of the case. Oh, here I am, Holmes. Anything happened?
Nothing yet, Watson. You're just in time to take over watch, though.
I say, what's the idea of the sailor outfit?
I'm off down the river, Watson. I've been turning it over in my mind, and I can see only one way out of it.
Well, surely I can come with you, then.
No. You will be much more useful if you remain here as my representative. Some message may come early in the morning. I want you to open all notes and telegrams and act on your own judgment. Can I rely on you?
Certainly.
Well, get some sleep while you can. If we're in luck, you may have news of some sort before I get back.
Oh, very well, Holmes. I should be going with you, but best luck to you.
Here's your breakfast, Dr. Watson.
Ah, thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Oh, and Mr. Anthony Jones is here to see you, sir.
Ah, come in, Mr. Jones. Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Watson. Mr. Sherlock Holmes is out, I understand.
Yes, he's been out all night, and I can't be sure when he'll be back. Take that chair and join me in a cup of coffee.
I don't mind if I do.
There, how's that? There you are. Now, may I know what brings you here so early?
Well, I got a wire from Mr. Holmes this morning.
Yes. What does he say?
Go to Baker Street at once. If I have not returned, wait for me. I am close on the track of the Sholto gang. You can come with us if you want to be in at the finish.
Ah.
Sent from Poplar.
He's evidently picked up the scent again.
Ah, then he's been on a false chase too, has he? Well, even the best of us are thrown off course sometimes. This may prove to be a false alarm, you understand. But it's my duty as an officer of the law to allow no chance to slip. Isn't that someone come to the door? Ah, perhaps it's Mr. Holmes.
I say, who are you, my man? What do you mean coming in like...
Is Mr. Sherlock Holmes here?
No, but I'm acting for him. If you've a message for him, you can tell it to me.
It was to himself I was to tell it.
I tell you, I am acting for him. Was it about Mordecai Smith's boat?
Yes. I knows well where it is, and I knows where the men he's after are. And I knows where the treasure is.
Look here, my man.
It was to Mr. Sherlock Holmes I was to tell it.
Well, then you must wait for him.
No. I ain't going to lose a whole day to please no one.
Wait a bit, my friend. You have important information, and you're staying here whether you like it or not.
Oh, all right.
I think you might offer me some coffee, though. I thought my disguise was pretty good, but I hardly expected it would stand that test.
Ah, you rogue. You'd have made a rare actor. Those weak legs of yours would be worth, well, £10 a week on the stage. But I thought I knew the glint of your eye, though.
Oh, did you, Jones? Well, it's nice to get these whiskers and things off for a while. I've been working in that get-up all day. You see, a good many of the criminal classes begin to know me, especially since our friend Watson's here took to publishing some of my cases. So I can only go on the warpath under some simple disguise like this. You got my wire, Jones?
That was what brought me here.
Here's a coffee, Holmes.
Ah, thank you. And how's your case prospered, Inspector?
I've had released 2 of my prisoners, and there's no evidence against the other 2.
Never mind. We shall give you 2 hours in the place of them. But you must put yourself under my orders.
Oh, now, look here.
You are welcome to all the official credit, but you must act on the lines that I point out. I shall want a fast police boat to be at the Westminster stairs at 7 o'clock this evening.
Well, that's easily managed.
Good. Then I shall want 2 good men in case of resistance.
There'll be 2 or 3 in the boat. What else?
When we secure the men, we shall get the pleasure. I think it'll be a pleasure to my friend here to take the box round to the young lady to whom half of it rightfully belongs. Let her be the first to open it. Eh, Watson?
It would be a great pleasure to me, Holmes.
Rather an irregular proceeding. However, the whole thing is irregular. I suppose we must wink at it.
Exactly.
The treasure must be handed over to the authorities afterwards, until after the official investigation.
Certainly.
Is there anything else?
Only that I insist upon your dining with us before we set out.
Oh, well...
I have oysters and a brace of grouse with something a little choice in white wines. Watson, you never yet recognized my merits as a husband. Oh, by the way, Watson.
Yes, Holmes.
You'd best clean that old service revolver of yours. It's as well to be prepared.
Tidy-looking craft.
Is there anything to mark her as a police boat?
Well, yes, that green lamp on the side.
Then take it off.
Oh, all right.
You can tell them to cast off now.
Right. Cast off. Yes, sir. Where to?
To the tower. Tell them to stop opposite Jacobson's yard.
Opposite Jacobson's yard. All right, sir.
Splendid craft. We ought to be able to catch anything.
Get that river steamer well behind us.
There aren't many launches to beat this, I can tell you.
Still, she'll need to be smart to catch the Aurora. She has a name for being a clipper. Now, I'll tell you how the land lies.
Yes?
Howard Small concealed the launch until he knew how the police inquiries were shaping. If I were in his shoes, I might hand her over to some boat repairer with directions to make a trifling change in her. She would then be removed to his shed or yard, and so be effectually concealed, while at the same time she'd be available again at a few hours' notice.
Yeah, that seems logical enough.
At Jacobson's yard, I learned that the Aurora had been handed over to them by a wooden-legged man with some trivial directions as to her rudder. At that moment, who should come down but Mordecai Smith, the missing owner?
But how did you recognize him?
Oh, he bellowed out his name and the name of his launch. I want her tonight, said he, at 8 o'clock sharp, for I've 2 gentlemen who won't be kept waiting. I was lucky enough to pick up one of my boys on the way, so I stationed him as a sentry over the launch. He used to stand at the water's edge and wave his handkerchief to us when they started.
I should have had a body of police in Jacobson's yard and arrest them when they came down.
Which would have been never. Eh? This man Small is a pretty shrewd fellow. If anything made him suspicious, he'd lie snug for another week.
If you might have stuck to Mordecai Smith, Holmes, he would have led you to their hiding place.
I think it's 100 to 1 against Smith knowing where they live. Why should he ask questions?
Well, there's Jacobson's yard anyway. Where those masts are standing up.
Ah, yes, I see.
Ah, yes. Yes, I can see my sentry through these night glasses. There's no sign of a handkerchief yet.
Suppose we go downstream a short way and lie in wait for them.
It's 10 to 1 that they'll go downstream, but we can't be certain. It'll be a clear night and plenty of moon. No, we must stay where we are. Will you give instructions, please?
Very well, as you say.
Look, Watson. See how the folks swarm over yonder in the gaslight?
Yes, they're coming from work in the yard.
Dusty-looking rascal. But do I see a handkerchief? There, surely there is a white flutter over yonder.
Yes, I can see it plainly.
Yeah, and there's the Aurora, and going like the devil. Full speed ahead, engineers. Make out to that launch with the yellow light. My heaven, I shall never forgive myself if she proves to have the heels of us.
She's very fast, Miss Holmes. I doubt we shall catch her.
We must catch her. Keep it on, Scout. Make her do all she can. If we find her good, we must have them. Hold it on, men. Hold it on. Get every pound of cheese you can.
We're gaining a little.
I'm sure we should be up there in a very few minutes.
Look at this. That scout train on here. It's thundering straight in between us. We're all again good 200 yards while we're dodging round.
We must have more speed. Hold it on, men. Keep it up.
next to the chap in the stern. Looks like a Newfoundland dog.
I can tell. We're getting close to the punctured marshes. Now we're really gaining on them. Look, see! What? That chap's standing up on the stern. A wooden leg.
Oh, you're right, Holmes. That thing next to him, he's a little black man. I've never seen anything like it. Consider them a child. I would give them a hand. He's down there! He's down in the name of the Lord!
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Look at that. He's grinning like that.
He raises his heart. He raises his head.
I'm ready, Holmes.
Brilliant. You've got him. Straight over to the river. He's gone. Straight down. He's a goner for sure.
Keep after the launch. Look, wooden leg pulling the tiller over.
Making for sure. You're running right.
After him. Hold fast then. As soon as we touch, over we go.
They found him. Wouldn't they jump out? He's running. He's up. He's wouldn't lay. He's falling in the mud. He had him.
Hold on. Mr. Jonathan Small, I fancy.
Down this mud.
I'll come quietly.
Give me that.
Well, Jonathan Small, I'm sorry that it's come to this.
And so am I, Mr. Holmes. But I don't believe I can swing for the job. I'll give you my word I never raised a finger against Mr. Sholto. It was that little around Tonga who shot one of his darts into him.
You're under the charge of Inspector Athelney Jones of Scotland Yard. He's going to bring you up to my rooms, and I shall ask you for a true account of the matter. If you make a clean breast of it, I may be of use to you.
No, I shall never fear.
I think I can prove that the poison acted so quickly that the man was dead before ever you reached the room.
That he was, sir. You seem to know as much as if he'd been there. Pity we didn't take that alive, but there was no choice.
All's well that ends well.
We'll be at Vauxhall Bridge presently. Dr. Watson.
Yes, Inspector?
I shall land you with the treasure box. It's most irregular, but an agreement's an agreement. And you shall take it round to the young lady yourself. Where's the key?
At the bottom of the river.
We've had work enough already through you. Well, Doctor, Miss Mawson might at least see her box. Bring Willie to Baker Street as soon as you can.
Greatest of pleasure, Inspector.
Miss you.
Yes, Miss Moss.
I thought I heard a cab drive up. Hey, what news have you brought me?
I brought something better than news.
Oh?
I've brought you a fortune.
Is that the Agra treasure?
The great Agra treasure. Half of it is yours and half is Thaddeus Sholto's. You'll have a couple of 100,000 each. There'll be few young ladies in England richer than you.
If I have it, I owe it to you.
No, it's my friend Mr. Sherlock Holmes whom you thank.
When do you sit down? No, here, beside me, and tell you all about it.
No, I have to get round to Baker Street with it as quickly as I can. I just got leave to bring it so that you should be the first to see it.
Where's the key?
It's been mislaid. The police will soon have it.
You don't know how to see into it now, Dr. Watson.
Well, I don't really think that would be...
Oh, but you can't treat a woman's curiosity in this way. Oh, come on, I insist.
The police might...
Oh, as part owner of the content.
Would you rather?
Of course. Now, what should we use?
Well, as I say, I think that's the problem.
Well, you have my permission, Doctor.
Now then, get the end of it under the heart. Good. Now, do it as a lever.
Bravo! Well done.
And now, you must lift the lid.
Very well. No, I feel quite nervous. It's empty.
Thank God.
Why did you say that?
Because it puts you within my reach. Because I love you, Mary. As truly as ever a man loved a woman. because this treasure is rich. Feel my lips. Now that they're gone, I can tell you how I love you. That's why I said, thank God.
Then I say, thank God, too, John.
Whoever has lost the treasure this night, I know that I have gained one.
And did you say, Dr. Watson?
Yes, Inspector.
This is your doing, Small.
Yes. No living man is in it right for it. Say 3 men were in the Andaman convict barracks from myself. And I know they'd have me do just what I done, rather than let it go to Kipper, King of Shoto, or Morstan.
Cut out that bragging. Where is it?
You'll find the treasure where the key is, and where little Tonga is.
In the river. You're seeing that, Small. Why didn't you throw the box in as well?
The man that was clever enough to hunt me down was clever enough to pick an iron box from the bottom of the river. Now, but trying to pick up what's scattered over 5 miles or so may be a harder job.
This is a very serious matter, Small. If you'd had justice instead of hindering us like this...
Justice? Talk about justice. Look how I earned that treasure. 20 long years in that fever-ridden swamp, chained up all night, bullied by every native guard who left to take it out of a white man.
You forget that we know nothing of all this. Until we've heard your story, we cannot tell how far justice may originally have been on your side.
Well, that's true, Mr. Holmes. Now, you've been very fair-spoken to me. If you want to hear my story, I'd no wish to hold it back. If you please.
Keep it short. I shall want it in full when we get to the station.
Very well. Well, it begins when I was 18, and soldiering in India with the 3rd Bucks. A crocodile in the Ganges nipped off my right leg. With this piece of timber strapped to my stump, I was useless for anything active. But lucky for me, I got a good job as overseer on an indigo plantation. And that was all right till the mutiny. I got into Agra just before the siege closed it off. Well, to cut a long story short...
That's right. Get on with it.
I joined up with 3 Indians. Major Abdullah Khan, Muhammad Singh, and Dos Akbar, in a bit of a plot to get some treasure off a refugee merchant. Mind, that wasn't none of my idea.
No, of course not.
They couldn't work it without me, and they put it to me at the point of a knife. Join them, or get done in. Well, I killed the merchant. I never touched him, mind. I hid the body in the fort. Well, there was no use dividing the treasure while we were under siege, so he had that too. I drew 4 plans of where it was, and we put the sign of the 4 of us at the bottom and swore that we should each always act for all.
Leave out the fine sentiments.
Well, the mutiny was broken, and we thought we were safe. But the merchant's body was found, and somehow we were suspected. We were brought to trial. We all got penal servitude for life.
Wasn't the treasure found then?
Not a word of it came out at the trial. And there we were, shipped off to the Andamans to serve our time and work a fortune we couldn't touch. Well, after a few years, I was put to dispensing for the surgeon. They gave me a little hut next to his quarters. Now, some of the officers used to come and play cards with him in the evenings. There was Major Shoto and Captain Morstan and some others. Well, I used to overhear them talking, and it pretty soon struck me that Major Shoto was falling in for some pretty big losses.
Yep.
And one evening I heard him say, "It's all up, Morstan. I'm a ruined man." So when the captain had walked off to his quarters, I nipped out and asked the Major if I could have his advice. "What about?" says he. "Oh, well, sir," I said, "I happen to know where $500,000 in hidden treasure lies. And I thought if I told the proper authorities, it might get my sentence shortened for me."
Get on with it.
I could see him think it over, like. Well, the upshot of it is that he comes back next day with Captain Morstan and a little, what you might call, unofficial proposition.
You mean to say that
Mind, I didn't betray my friends. We held a little meeting, the 3 Indians and the 2 officers and me, and it was decided Major Shoto would go to Agra and recover the treasure. Then he'd send a small yacht provisioned for a voyage. The Indians and I would get away in it. Captain Morstan would apply for leave to go to Agra, and we'd all meet there for a final share out of the treasure.
Say it this way, Small. If this is a yarn you're spinning, I've never heard the like of it before. What are you saying, Mr. Holmes?
I fancy we're hearing the truth. And you can guess what happened next. That villain Shoto went off to Agra, but he never came back. No yacht to fetch us, nothing.
Well, what else did you expect?
An officer's word, sir. Where 4 convicts could keep faith with each other, then you might have thought that...
let's hear the rest of it.
From that day I lived only to escape and track down Shoto. But it was weary years before my time came. One day, a little Andaman Islander was picked up in the woods, sick nearly to death with fever. He was venomous as a young snake. But as I nursed him round, he took quite a fancy to me.
Was this Tonga?
That's right, sir. He was a fine boatman, and he owned a big roomy canoe. He didn't need much talking into getting me away from that place. Well, we got to Singapore. From there, we wandered about the world until we reached England 3 or 4 years ago. I earned our living showing Tonga off at fairs as a cannibal. He used to eat raw meat and do a war dance. I was staunch and true with little Tonga.
Don't say enough about him. Give back the shoulder.
It wasn't long before I found where he lived. But I was too late. We went to his place and looked through the window of his room. He was lying in bed with his sons at either side of him. Even as we watched him, he died. Well, I got into the room that night. I searched his papers, but there wasn't a line about where the treasure might be. And before I left, I thought of my poor Indian friends still back there in the Andamans. I wanted to leave our mark behind, so I scrawled down the sign of the 4 of us on a piece of paper, and I pinned it on him.
Oh, that explains that, then, Holmes.
Yeah. Pray continue, Smoke. Well, after a while, I heard that the treasure had been found at the top of Ponded Shelley Lodge. Well, I couldn't hope to get up there, not with this leg, so I brought Tonga with me, with a long rope wound round his waist. He could climb like a cat. But as ill luck would have it, Bartholomew Soto was still in the room when Tonga got in. Little devil killed him with his blowpipe. Thought he'd done something very clever until I gave it to him with the rope's end. Anyway, there was nothing else to do but lower the jewels down, leave the sign of the 4 on the table, and get away as quick as we could. And there you are, gentlemen. I told him all. And every word the truth, I swear. A fitting wind-up to an extremely interesting case. There's nothing at all new to me in the latter part, except that you brought your own work. That I didn't know. By the way, I had hoped that Tonga had lost all his dart, yet he managed to shoot one at us in the boat. I have it here.
Didn't see you find that, Holmes?
You'll examine your hat when you have a moment, my dear Watson. I managed to pick it out without your noticing.
Yeah.
Well, sir, he did lose them all, except the one he had in the blowpipe ready, do you see?
Ah, of course. Well, Mr. Holmes, you're a man to be humoured, but duty is duty. I'll feel more at ease when we have our storyteller here safe under lock and key.
All right, I shan't make any trouble.
Of course, you'll both be wanted at the trial. Good night, sir.
Good night, gentlemen both.
Good night.
Well, Holmes.
There's the end of our little drama. Thank you.
Well, good help.
And to you.
I'm afraid it may be the last chance I shall have of studying your methods, Holmes.
No? Why, sir?
Miss Morstan has done me the honour to accept me as a prospective husband.
I feared as much. I really can't congratulate you. Any reason to be dissatisfied with my choice? Oh, not at all. I think she's one of the most charming young ladies I've ever met. But love is an emotional thing. And whatever is emotional is opposed to that true cold reason which I place above all things. I shall never marry myself lest I bias my judgment.
I trust my judgment may survive the ordeal. You're weary, Holmes.
Yes. The reaction is already upon me. I shall be as limp as a rag for a week.
Strange how terms of what in another man I should call laziness alternate with your fits of splendid energy and vigor.
Yes. So I need the makings of a very fine loafer. And also of a pretty surprise, actually.
Is one of the stories of Sherlock Holmes written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And now you know how it ended. My name, my real name, is Mormon Shelley. My friend Carlton Hobbs played Sherlock Holmes, and I was Dr. Watson. Wedding bells are ringing for me now, it seems. Michael Hardwick wrote the script for this BBC production from London. And need I say I look forward to the pleasure of your company again, and soon, for more of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invites you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us about another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. Say, and I've got a little something to tell you myself. I want to tell you that if you haven't sent in for your free recipe calendar, I think we've still got enough on hand to take care of you if you hurry. The requests have been pouring in like mad, literally by the thousands. No wonder. It's really a terrific offer. It's a calendar for 1945 and 46. It's in full color, and it tells you all you have to know about cooking with Petri wine. Write to Petri Wine, Petri, Petri Wine, San Francisco 26, California. San Francisco 26, California. But better hurry so we can get your recipe calendar to you immediately. And now let's drop in on our good friend, Dr. Watson. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Foreman.
Where are the puppies tonight?
Well, I found them playing with a dead seagull, so they've been sent up to bed in disgrace.
Well, you certainly look comfortable yourself, Doctor. What's that small blue book you're reading, the latest bestseller?
No, indeed not. This book was never a bestseller, my boy. It's entitled Practical Handbook of Bee Culture, with some observations on the segregation of the queen.
Quite a catchy title. Who's the author?
A fellow by the name of Sherlock Holmes. He was engaged in writing it when the adventure I'm going to tell you about took place.
Well, you told us last week, Doctor, that a pair of canaries played an important part in the story.
That's quite right, Mr. Foreman. It was in the summer of 1908, I remember, and I'd persuaded Holmes to leave his Sussex bee farm for a few weeks and to join me in a holiday at the little fishing village of Kingsgate in Kent. We were staying at a charming little inn called the Fisherman's Arms, and for the first few days, our holiday was a delightful one. And then,
I suppose, Doctor, strange things began to happen.
They did indeed, Mr. Foreman, they did indeed. Very strange things. One afternoon, we just finished a late tea, I remember, and were sitting outside on the lawn sunning ourselves and enjoying our pipes. Holmes lay back with his long, thin fingers clasped behind his head, gazing thoughtfully at the multicolored fishing boats bobbing at anchor in the harbor. After a moment or two, he spoke to me.
Watson, you're really a splendid companion. I can't think of anyone else who would let me smoke my pipe in silence for half an hour without asking me what I'm thinking about.
That's not very surprising, Holmes, after all the years that we've been together.
Well, nevertheless, the gift is a rare one, old chap, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, old fellow. By the way, since the half hour's up, what have you been thinking about?
The lack of enterprise of a modern criminal. Audacity and romance seem to have passed forever from the criminal world. Read this note I received this morning, old fellow. See for yourself how low I have sunk.
All right, so look. Mr. Holmes, I am staying in the same inn as yourself, and as I have had a very frightening experience, I thought perhaps you would help me. Please do. It's signed Mary Victor.
An exciting document, isn't it? Written on lavender notepaper, reeking of perfume, and the handwriting is obviously that of an adolescent girl.
You haven't bothered to answer, of course.
Oh, yes, I have. I sent a message back by our good landlord that I would be glad to see her.
Why, Holmes? You came down here to complete your handbook on bee farming.
Oh. Confound it. Those two wretched canaries are getting their sunbath on the windowsill above us.
Oh, I think it's rather jolly to hear those fellows chirping away up there.
Well, I find the sound most distracting. Let's go inside.
You know, Holmes, those birds are owned by a charming couple, Mr. and Mrs. Wainwright. I was chatting with them on the stairs this morning.
I'm afraid their charm will escape me as long as their pets continue to tweet in that irritating manner. We've spoken of the peace and quiet of the country inn, Watson, and yet I find that... Come in. Ah, Miss Mary Victor, I presume.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Please come in. Close the door, won't you? Thank you. This is my old friend, Dr. Watson. You may speak quite freely in front of him.
How do you do, Victor?
How do you do, Doctor?
Now, sit down, young lady, and tell me what's troubling you.
Mr. Holmes, I came down here from London to get away from someone, but I've been followed. I've been afraid to leave the inn.
Until last night I felt I couldn't stand being cooped up any longer. So I went for a walk on the seashore. Someone followed me, Mr. Holmes. I ran back here as fast as I could. But now he knows where I live. And I'm frightened. Please help me.
My dear Miss Victor, I'm afraid you must be much more specific before I can help you. Who has followed you down here, and why are you afraid of him?
I'll tell you the whole story. It'll sound strange to you, but I swear it. Oh, there it is again down by the gate. I'm going to my room.
Now. Don't you be frightened, Miss Victor. I'm sure we'll be... Oh, Russell. What sort of thing?
I don't see anyone outside who might frighten her. There are 2 or 3 fishermen loitering about. Wait a minute. Here's a young fellow walking up the path. Come on, Watson. Out through the French windows again.
Oh, gracious me. Here we go again.
I think we'll take the liberty of accosting him. Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Are you looking for Miss Mary Victor?
Is she young and pretty?
Yes, sir. She is. Extremely so.
Then I'm looking for her. Where can I find her?
I can see you're being facetious, sir.
Well, there's no harm in that, is there? By the way, who are you gentlemen, may I ask?
My name is Holmes, and this is my friend Dr. Watson.
I'm Basil Carter. You're not Sherlock Holmes, are you?
That is my name.
I thought you seemed familiar. I know your brother, Mycroft.
Oh, indeed. Then I presume you're connected with the Foreign Office.
Yes, I'm in the consular service.
Are you staying at the inn, young man?
For a few days. It's funny that I should run into the great Sherlock Holmes.
May I ask?
I was planning a murder.
Oh, really?
But with you
Murder?
gentlemen here, I see that I shall have to be very discreet.
Who is your intended victim, may I inquire?
There are 2 of them. The 2 canaries in the room next to mine.
Oh, canaries. For a moment I thought that you were really serious.
But I am serious. The wretched creatures have been driving me mad.
I quite sympathize with you, sir. I've been thinking of committing a slight case of mayhem on them myself.
We can take one apiece, Mr. Holmes. Well, I'm glad to have met you both. I'll probably see you again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. I don't like that fellow, Holmes. If you ask me, he's the man who's been frightening the poor girl that came to us. He had a peculiar look on his face when you asked me if he was looking for Mary Victor.
Well, there's only one person who can settle the question, and that's the young lady herself. Come on, old fellow. Let's go back indoors.
Here comes Wainwright, the owner of the Canaries. Good evening, Mr. Wainwright.
Good evening, gentlemen.
This is my friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I'm honored to meet you, sir.
How do you do, Mr. Wainwright?
Beautiful evening, isn't it? I just took a stroll down to the store to get some more birdseed. By the way, Mr. Holmes, I hope our canaries don't bother you. Little fellows are such comfort to my wife and me.
Oh, no, not at all, sir. I find their chirruping very soothing.
Oh, I'm so glad. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Mr. Wilson.
Not Wilson, Mr. Holmes. Wainwright.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm so sorry. I thought you said Wilson.
Good night.
Well, not like you to mix up names, Holmes.
I didn't mix them up, old fellow. I never forget a face. Mr. Wainwright is in reality Wilson, the notorious canary trainer, whom I had the pleasure of sending to prison for a 7-year stretch in '95. Some years later, he made one of the most spectacular escapes from prison in the history of crime, and has since managed to evade all efforts to recapture him.
Great Scott, he seems such a sweet old fellow.
Well, possibly he's reformed, but I doubt it. Our stage is set for an intriguing problem, old chap, and our cast is an interesting one. A frightened young girl, a diplomat of uncertain integrity, and a noted criminal. Watson, I have a feeling that once again the game's afoot.
Holmes, why are we strolling along the pier instead of staying at the inn? I thought you said that you were expecting trouble.
I am, old chap, and I'm sure it will find us out.
You know, Holmes, I'm still completely mystified by the behavior of that girl, Mary Victor. I knocked at her door last evening, again this morning. I couldn't get any answer.
And the landlord told me that she was not seen at dinner last night, nor at breakfast this morning, and yet her room had not been vacated. Curious.
Hello, there's the village constable sunning himself at the end of the pier.
Yeah. Good morning, Sergeant Blake.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson. How are you, gentlemen?
Yes, thank you, Sergeant, and very appreciative of the weather that you've provided for us.
Oh, think nothing of it, sir. We always arrange that for our really distinguished visitors.
Oh.
By the way, Mr. Holmes, I was reading one of your friend's stories about you last night. The one called The Adventure of Mysteria Lodge.
That was, Wisteria Lodge, you foolish fellow.
Well, maybe it was. Anyway, I was reading it aloud to me old woman. And if you don't mind my saying, sir, Mr. Holmes, we both thought you made a bad mistake.
Oh, really?
Though, of course, you come out all right in the end.
Dear me, Sergeant, I stand reproved.
Excuse me, Sergeant. Holmes, look. Look at that figure standing by itself right at the end of the pier.
Mm-hmm. Our friend Wilson, the canary trainer.
He's got a revolver.
Here, we don't want any of these goings on in Kingsgate.
Come on.
Here, you. What are you doing waving that revolver about?
Keep back, the three of you.
I'm the law here. Don't tell me what to do.
Keep back, I say. I'm not afraid to fire.
Do as he says, Sergeant. You don't want to trifle with. Just exactly what are you up to, Wilson?
You caught up with me once again, Sherlock Holmes. But this time you're not going to send me back to a prison again. And maybe the gallows. If I can't escape you, then I'll take my own way out with this revolver.
Wilson, what in thunder are you talking about?
The murder at the inn last night. I did it.
Murder?
I'm confessing in front of the three of you. Oh, you leave my wife alone. She didn't know anything about it. Now, I hope you're satisfied, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
He's pointing the revolver as he heads.
Wilson, you fool, stop it!
Strike me pink. He done it. Over the pier and into the sea.
Get help, Sergeant. It's possible he isn't dead.
Right, sir.
Come on, Watson.
Going back to the inn, I suppose.
Of course we are. We've just heard a murder confession, but we don't know who has been murdered.
Holmes, what was the telegram that you sent off just now?
A message to my brother, Mycroft. The innkeeper informed me that Basil Carter, the young diplomat we met yesterday, he in rather hurriedly in the early hours of this morning. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Well, we'll have to break the news to Mrs. Wainwright, I suppose.
Before we do that, I think we'll see if Miss Victor's in her room. Which one is it?
Here, top of the stairs.
We'll take the liberty of looking in. Miss Victor hasn't been seen since last night. Uh-huh. Unlocked.
Lord, what a mess. Those strewn all over the place, open suitcases.
Yes, it
Look at
looks
this.
as if the young lady had been planning an immediate departure.
Where can she be? No one's seen her since last night.
Oh, I beg your pardon, gentlemen. I thought I heard Mary Victor come in. I'm Mrs. Wainwright.
Mrs. Wainwright, I'm afraid we have some rather bad news for you.
Your husband shot himself a quarter of an hour ago at the end of the pier, and his body fell into the sea.
Is he dead?
We must presume so, madam. I left the police sergeant there searching for him. Sergeant Blake should be back here in a moment now.
So he did it. After all.
You don't seem very surprised, madam.
He threatened to do it.
Mrs. Wainwright, before your husband shot himself, he confessed to committing a murder in this inn last night.
A murder? Whose murder?
At the moment, we're not quite sure.
Oh, he must have been out of his mind.
Mrs. Wainwright, I'm afraid I must ask you some rather painful questions. Are you aware that your husband was a criminal, that he served a prison sentence under the name of Wilson?
Yes, I knew that. He told me when we were married 2 years ago. But he said that he'd gone straight ever since he'd come out of prison. That's why he changed his name. He was trying to make a fresh start.
You know of no reason for his planning to kill anyone at this inn?
None. And unless you find someone murdered, I wouldn't give too much thought to it.
Yes, if you'll forgive my saying so, madam, you seem remarkably unmoved by your husband's tragedy.
Why should I pretend? We were very unhappy together. This might be the best way out of it for both of us.
Oh, my soul.
My husband carried quite a large amount of life insurance. In the event of suicide, would that be payable?
Depends on the policy, madam. But I must say that from your attitude, I begin to doubt whether your husband is dead.
What do you mean?
I mean that if Mr. Wilson, or if you prefer it, Mr. Wainwright, wished to disappear in spectacular style, what could be simpler than to pretend to shoot himself, drop into the sea...
Mr. Holmes.
I'm up here, Sergeant. Did you find him?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. We fished him out right away. Dead as a doornail. Shot himself through the head, he did.
Well, that disposes of your last theory, Holmes.
Did you find the revolver, Sergeant?
Yes, ma'am. Got it right here with me. One bullet missing. Have you found out if anyone here's been murdered, Mr. Holmes?
I found out very little as yet. Wait a moment. Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. You hear nothing. Yet we're within a few feet of the Wainwright's room.
What do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
I mean that there is one sound we should be hearing very clearly at the moment. Right. I think of it before. The sound of your canaries chirruping. You've heard little else for days. Come on, Watson.
Where are you going?
Your room, madam. I'm afraid I must dispense with asking your permission.
You're already in my room. It seems a little late even to mention the subject.
Here's the bird cage, the windowsill. Oh, the birds are gone.
No, old chap. If you look more closely, you'll see them on the bottom of the cage.
Let me open this door and get one of them out. By Jove, Holmes. They're dead.
And yet when we entered the inn a few minutes ago, they were still chirruping.
But who on earth would want to kill a couple of birds?
That, my dear fellow, is one of the things we have to find out. So far, I must admit I'm puzzled. We have a self-confessed murderer, and the nearest thing we can find to a corpse is a pair of dead canaries.
We'll bring you the rest of Dr. Watson's story in just a second. A second I'll take, if you don't mind, to ask you if you've ever had a glass of Petri California sherry. Because if you haven't, boy, you want to remedy that situation pronto. Try that Petri sherry before dinner some evening. Look at its clear amber color. Smell the fragrance of those luscious grapes. And get a sample of that Petri flavor. That Petri sherry can turn the usual before-dinner lull into a main event. And say, if you like your sherry dry, as I do, wait till you taste Petri Pale Dry Sherry. Is that ever good? But after all, when it's a Petri wine, it's always a good wine. And now, back to tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure. Strange events are taking place in the Kentish fishing village of Kingsgate. A self-confessed murderer has committed suicide, but his victim cannot be found. As we rejoin our story, the great detective and his old friend Dr. Watson are once again examining the room of Mary Victor, one of the missing guests.
You know, Holmes, the murder that Wilson confessed to before he committed suicide might have been the killing of those two canaries.
I think not, old chap. Wilson obviously loved the creatures and kept them in spite of the fact that they were dangerously apt to identify him with his criminal past. Interesting. Very interesting.
Huh? What have you found?
This note lying on Miss Victor's dressing table. Here.
Let's have a look. You think you can hide from me, Mary, but you can't. Wherever I go, I shall follow you. So why not get wise to yourself and stop running away? Sounds as if the poor girl was in danger, all right.
Possibly, but the writer of that note was certainly obliging. Though the letter is unsigned, he at least gives us a clue to his identity.
Oh, what clue?
The phrase, get wise to yourself, is very un-English. It's American. Come on, old chap.
Well, where are we going now?
The envelope to this letter has the Kingsgate postmark on it. I should be surprised if that fount of all knowledge, the village postmistress, can't help us find an American visitor.
Yes, I know the young man you must be looking for, gentlemen. His name's Walter C. Bunker. He's been in here to send telegrams, and his accent's so strong you could cut it with a knife. Just like one of the Red Indian fellows you read about,
Can you tell me where he lives, madam?
Well, that I can, sir. He's been rooming at Mrs. Bell's house, 15 Laburnum Grove, down behind the gas works.
15 Laburnum Grove, Mrs. Bell. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very much obliged to you. Mrs. Bell?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, we understand that Mr. Walter Bunker has been staying with you, madam.
That he has. A nice young American gentleman.
Is he at home, may I ask?
No, sir. And I'm worried about him. This morning, when he goes out, he asks me what the nearest cemetery is.
Cemetery? Oh, gracious me. Huh?
I tell him, and then he gives a queer kind of laugh. I'm not sure I'll see you anymore, he says. And then he walks off, and I haven't seen him since. I tell you, I'm worried about him, gentlemen.
And where is the nearest cemetery, Mrs. Bell, the one you directed him to?
About 3 miles from here.
Mm-hmm.
Just this side of Branson Woods.
Thank you, madam. Come on, Watson. The cemetery seems deserted. The music comes from the church.
Good Lord, it's a funeral.
Or a wedding. Come on.
By Jove, it is a wedding, Holmes.
I'm afraid we're on the false trail, but we'd better make sure.
Quiet, gentlemen, please. The ceremony is just ending.
Just one question. Can you tell me the names of the couple just been married?
Miss Mary Victor from the inn, and the young American by the name of Bunker.
Thank you. Yes, we have been following a false trail, confound it. The frightened young lady was merely frightened by her persistent American fiancé.
The threatening letter that he sent her.
Ambiguously worded, when you come to think of it. Anyway, we can cease to worry about Miss Victor. As she is now Mrs. Bunker, I think we can assume that she's out of all danger.
We've got to start all over again.
Oh, no, my dear fellow. The field is narrowing. We'll head back to the inn now, and I have a feeling that we're on the last lap of our strange adventure. Yes, here's another suspect eliminated. This telegram is from my brother Mycroft. I telegraphed him earlier on today to check on the movements of Basil Carter, the young man who left the inn so mysteriously in the early hours of this morning. His answer informs me that the gentleman in question was recalled to the Foreign Office suddenly and arrived quite safely a few hours ago.
Well, now I'm completely puzzled.
And I, old fellow, at last see daylight.
Wish I did, Mr. Holmes.
Sergeant, go upstairs and get that man's widow and bring her to my room, please. And then I think I can give you the solution to this problem.
What do you want with me, Mr. Holmes?
Madam, you and Sergeant Blake make yourselves comfortable. Now, in the first place, the murder occurred this morning and not last night.
I know what you're hinting at. The canaries. I admit I killed them. But you can't do anything to me for that.
Why did you kill those birds?
I hated them. As much as my husband loved them. And when I knew he was dead, their singing drove me mad. So I killed them.
But they must have been already dead when we told you of your husband's suicide.
True, Watson, but the lady was fully aware that her husband was dead when we informed her of the fact. You see, she murdered him.
You're talking rubbish.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. How could she have murdered him? We saw him shoot himself before our eyes.
Because when Wilson raised that revolver to his head, he was convinced that it contained blank cartridges. Unfortunately for him, his wife had deliberately replaced the blanks with live cartridges.
But great heavens, why? How?
Let me reconstruct the case for you. Wilson, with the connivance of his wife here, had contrived a disappearance plot. He knew that I had spotted his real identity, and so he planned this rather dramatic exit. Confessed to a non-existent murder, and then, well, had his plan materialized, he was to shoot himself with a blank. All from the pier, an apparent suicide.
What a fantastic scheme. And how did he plan to get away?
Well, he would have swum under the water, safe distance, and so made his escape.
Oh, his plan couldn't work possibly.
No, probably not, But at least it was ingenious. He would have destroyed his true identity and had his revenge on me by making the search for a murder that had never been committed. Unfortunately for him, his wife was his accomplice and saw in the scheme an excellent way of killing her husband.
You think you're so very clever, Mr. Holmes, but if it were true, how could you prove it?
Observe this revolver, Mrs. Wilson. It's the one your husband shot himself with.
What can you prove from that?
Ever hear of fingerprint tests?
I've heard of them. But that revolver's been underwater.
True, quite true. But thanks to the research of my excellent friend, Dr. John Thorndyke, an infallible test has been discovered for recording fingerprints even after immersion in seawater. What? I applied the test to the prints on the revolver and the bullets and compared them with some that we found on the water glass in your room. They are the same, Mrs. Wilson. Now, does a man let his wife load his suicide weapon? Sergeant Blake, I think it's obvious that the time has come for you to take over the case.
All right, so I did change the bullets. I hated him. I'm glad he's dead. And what's more, I'd do it again.
Mr. Holmes.
Yes, Sergeant Blake?
Well, now that I've taken Mrs. Wilson to the station, booked her on a murder charge, I wonder if you'd mind answering a question.
What, sir?
This fingerprint test. I'd like to know about that. I never heard of being able to take prints after a revolver has been handled 2 or 3 times and soaked in salt water.
Yes, Holmes, and I'd like to know when you performed the test and took the prints off the glass in our room. I thought that I was with you all the time.
You were, my dear fellow.
Well, then,
I can give you the answer in one word. Bluff.
What?
There is no such test, my dear Watson. It would be almost impossible to expect clear prints after so much handling, and totally impossible after submersion. Fortunately for us, though, Mrs. Wilson was gullible enough to believe me and give me a confession.
And there's no such person as Dr. John Thorndyke?
Oh, yes, indeed there is. A great success last year in the case of the Red Tarmac.
You didn't tell me about that case, Holmes?
No, I didn't. It was deliberate, old chap. With your taste for writing sensational stories, I was afraid you might publish the affair.
Oh? Would it have mattered if I had?
Oh, yes, it would.
Hmm?
You would have given away, what shall I say, professional secrets. You would have provided the public, and in particular, the criminal public,
with a complete education on fingerprints. And when that happens, my dear Watson, we shall have no tricks left. That will be a sad day for detectives.
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure is written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and is based on an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Adventure of Wisteria Lodge. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Mr. Bruce the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. This is Bill Foreman saying goodnight for the Petri family. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studios. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.